video. Why does it keep telling me I don't have enough storage? Okay, I'm gonna deal with this later, but like my last video I did, I'm gonna exit out of my camera app so I don't see myself when I talk because then I start looking at myself and whatever. But this, I just woke up, my breath smells like shit. I haven't brushed my teeth yet, I haven't made my bed yet, but I did do my morning pages. Hashtag priorities. Long live the morning pages. Like if morning pages, I was gonna say if morning pages had a dick, I would suck it. But I'm not gonna, our relationship hasn't gone there yet, okay? We've just hooked up a few times. Would morning pages even have a dick or a vagina? I don't know. I'm not, anyways, the point of this recording is week 2, Artist Way. I made it, I did it. And let me tell you, the beginning of it was really hard, but it was because of my own doing, because I went to a party and got drunk, and I haven't gotten drunk in a really long time. And I told myself I wouldn't really drink, and I didn't even drink on New Year's. But then I was at the party, and they had drinks right in front of me, and I was like, oh, yeah, one couldn't hurt. Obviously, I had more than one. And I got home safe. Everything was fun. The party was so much fun. But I was hungover. And it's one thing, I don't know about other people, but before when I used to drink, it wasn't this bad. Maybe it's the medication I'm on, but probably. But I was hungover, right? And it kind of got better by the end of the day. Then the day later, I woke up and I just felt like all the energy was like sucked out of me, like taken out. And like I felt like my body was so beat up, and it was because of the alcohol. And I felt that. So, yeah, it took me a couple days to, and because I came home so late from the party, I slept for most of the day. I didn't even do my morning pages then because I left my notebook at my grandma's and I passed out at my parents' house. So, yeah, that caught me off guard in my routine, and I got really frustrated for literally, it was like 3, 4 days it took me to get back. So, that's what happens with alcohol. And I know. So, wait, let me open the book and see what kind of questions it's telling me to reflect on. They're like the same things at the end of every week. Okay. How many pages a week did you do your morning pages? We're hoping 7, remember. How was the experience for you? How did the morning pages work for you? Describe them. Remember, if you are writing morning pages, they are working for you. What were you surprised to find yourself writing about? Answer this question in full. This is a weekly scan of your moods, not your progress. Don't worry if these pages are whiny and trite. Sometimes that's the very best thing. Okay. So like I said, I did my morning pages 6 days instead of 7. How was the experience for you? It was great. Some mornings, like when I had to go to school, I had to wake up at 6 in the morning. I know last week I woke up at 5:30 to do the morning pages, but then I was like, so much of my day is on public transport to get downtown. So why don't I just write my pages there? Because it's like 40 minutes to an hour. It's perfect. And I'll have time left over after writing the pages. So that's what I did. Well, they were like afternoon pages, but it still counts. And it fit into my schedule really well. So I did that. I liked how flexible I adapted to my schedule. Hashtag English. Describe them. How did they work for me? And to describe it. Um, I didn't really have the problem. How do you say it on? I really didn't have the. I really didn't have the problem of not having anything to write, except maybe like one time, because I wake up and I always have dreams. I usually start out writing about my dreams. And I'm gonna be honest, I haven't read a single morning page back like since the beginning of this whole thing because I don't feel like I should. I feel like I should get it out, and then it's like God can have it. Like it is not up to me to read it because then I will start judging it and I will start picking it apart and being like, what does this mean? What does this mean? Even if I don't want to, even if I don't mean to. So I just made it like a rule not to look at the morning pages after I write them. But from what I remembered from writing them right now before this video, I usually start writing about my dreams because it's the first thing I know in the morning. And then after I usually just write about the day before, like the little things I noticed or feelings I had. I usually reflect on the day before because my day now hasn't started, or like what I'm excited for. Yeah, it's like a journal entry. Like it's nothing like I don't write like I don't have anything to write. I don't have anything to write. Like I always have one thing and then I have another thing and then I want to write about three things at the same time. Like it's not that hard for me. I used to write before these morning pages all the time in a very similar way. Remember, if you were writing morning pages, they were working for you. What were you surprised to find yourself writing about? Um, I was actually writing about it this morning before this video, and I'm surprised at how much I'm able to step back. Like I've only been doing this for 2 weeks, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna help, this is gonna work, but I am able to like step back from myself so much and give myself so much more room than I used to be able to for just feeling and for space. Yeah, for feeling and for space. And I was writing this morning about how when I'm writing something, you have those little negative little creatures, little evil words that want to come. And like when you write something, especially when I'm writing about something I'm not sure about, it's like, oh, you're not sure. And today I wrote something along the lines of, well, I'm not even gonna write these thoughts and these like intrusive, you know, comments because when I just keep writing about what I want to write about, despite them, I turn all my attention away from them and they dissolve. And that is so true. And that is so true. And yeah, I guess that's the most like cool thing that happened. Um, yeah. Do you do your artist date this week? Like last week, I put it off until the last day, aka Friday. My week I started on Friday because I don't know. It makes sense to me with my work and schedule, whatever. So, so obviously I left until Friday, and then I was like, okay, I'll come after work, which ends at 8 p.m. And I'll watch a movie. And for some reason, the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once was just like on my mind, just came to me. I think when I was writing my morning pages, I was like, I have to rewatch it. So I was like, perfect, artist date, great. I haven't watched a movie in a long time, great. I haven't let myself enjoy a movie in a while, great. I go after work, I get picked up, and then I just start talking to my parents for like 2-3 hours, 2 3 like 2 hours, and then by the time I get back home, I'm like it's like 11, and then I'm like, okay, great, the movie's 2 hours. I'll go to sleep at 1. No biggie, no biggie. I go to the shower, and I'm just sitting in the shower. Like I didn't even turn on the shower. I'm just sitting in the bathroom, and I'm not getting up. Like I'm not on my phone or anything. Like I'm just like, and I was like, why am I procrastinating this? Why am I procrastinating this? What the hell? And I just felt like there was resistance to do it, even though it was a movie, even though it was Friday night, even though it's like not a big, it's not a big anything. It's just time that I told myself that I would take for myself, but there was resistance for me to even follow through on it, which was strange. But I pushed through it and I didn't end up finishing the movie because I got so tired, but it still counts as an artist date because I did end up doing it and I did end up putting away the time. And I'm gonna finish the movie after this. Am I? Should I finish it? Yeah, I'll finish it after this. Yeah. My goal for this week is to not put it off until the last day and do the artist day before Friday because last week too it was kind of rushed because I missed a bus or whatever. Um, were there any other issues this week, sorry, that you consider significant to your recovery? I mean, the morning pages like perspective shift, I think, is a big one. Now prioritizing the artist day earlier I have to be a bit firmer with the boundaries with it and like don't not talk to my parents for like 2 hours instead of sacrificing my time, even though it is engaging, even though it was fun. Like I need, no matter how much fun I'm having, like No, I don't want to like stop having fun with people, just do my fucking alone date, but I have to plan it in. I have to plan it in and be firm about it. Yeah, I've been meditating a lot off off this book. Like the book doesn't tell you to meditate, but I use the Open app and I meditate like 2 days in a row, I think. I missed the bus from the gym and then it takes 30 minutes for the next one to come. So I just like walk until the next stop for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and then I make it in time to the next stop. And then I just meet the bus there because I don't have a lot of time in my days or opportunity, not time, a lot of opportunity in my days to just go on a walk. That's like on schedule with what I'm doing and where I want to go. Which is like, why? I could just go on a walk. It's just kind of miserable. There's a lot of cars around here. I could meditate though. I could do that today. But my point was about those meditations. I lost it. But they were really, really helpful too, meditating on top. Really, really helpful. And I'll just go over the tasks that Julia made me do this week. We've got like the 5 major activities. Actually, I'll just go through it here. I write all of them down like in my notebook, so I could just whip it out and start like cracking open the book and then reading it and whatever. So week 2, you have to list 5 major activities where your time goes to, and this was the first day of the week. And I wrote gym, I wrote school, sleep, out of school work, like my job, and procrastinating. And then it was like, are these shoulds or are these like things you have to do or are these things you do for fun? And I was like, fuck, they're all things that I have to do. I need to balance it more, right? And then it made me do, well, it didn't make me do, I picked to do the life pie. And oh, no, 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 this wasn't the life pie. Was it? List 5 major activities. What the hell did I do? I don't think I wrote it down, but in the book it said to draw a circle and then write the things like that are important to you and that treat you well, and then the things that like are distractions right now. And honestly, I don't have that many distractions right now. Everything I put in mail is everything I'm kind of already trying, like doing or like working towards. And then I had to write 20 things I enjoy doing. But these first 2 days, I was like writing these activities. I was really scattered, and I can like see that in the way that like I could just feel it through the paper, like where all of this is coming from. And most of the things that I wrote for 20 things I enjoy doing is stuff that I already do. And the book is like, don't be surprised if it's been years. And they're like really simple things like walking barefoot. And I used to actually write just random things I enjoy doing in the summer when I was alone a lot and I was just like trying to be grateful because I would get really lonely and I'd be like, okay, well, what do you like to do? Or not even to do, what do you like? And I would be like, oh, I like my headphones. I like this movie that I watched today. I like this piece of clothing. I like this. And I would write out long lists like sunsets. Like I would write long lists like that. So this is basically stuff I've done before. And then a thing that really helped, actually 2 things that are important. There was the affirmative reading. So basically there's these principles at the beginning of the book and they're like about how like, creativity is God and God is creativity, and it just kind of rephrases it in a lot of ways that are really helpful. And I first started reading them and I didn't believe in any of them. I'm like, okay, bitch, you say that, but like I don't feel it. But then the more I read them, especially by the end of the week, I started writing writing out exactly the thoughts I was having as I was reading them, and then I actually got more connected to it. So let me read a few because it was actually quite interesting. Here, the first day, January 22nd, that was like 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Reaction to basic principles readings. Let me read them and then explain them. I'm only going to do this for one day because my ratings were pretty hefty. Oh, basic principles, I have a bookmark. Okay, the first one is creativity is the natural order of life. Life is energy, pure creative energy. And on January 22nd, I wrote, it doesn't feel that way. Everything out there is the war. Everything out there in the world, everything out there in the world feels backwards. Number two, there's an underlying indwelling creative force infusing all of life, including ourselves. I wrote, creativity makes me think of something positive, but I don't see positivity infusing all of life around me. Number three, when we open ourselves to our creativity, we open ourselves to the creator's creativity within us and our lives. I wrote, is our creativity the same as the creator's creativity? How would a creative life look like for me? And I couldn't answer that question, so I just moved on. We are ourselves creations, and we in turn are meant to continue creativity by being creative ourselves. Then I wrote, this was a long one. I wrote, why are we meant to create just because we were created? What if I don't want to? I guess I just don't want to create in a way I've been taught creating is. I want to create for fun all the time. I want to be spontaneous and I want to explore places and be tired and content to when going to sleep every night. Amen. Amen. Number five, creativity is God's gift to us. Using our creativity is our gift back to God. Creativity doesn't feel like a gift. It feels like a force I need to suppress for my convenience and the convenience of others. No one really shines their creativity. I want to shine mine though. I don't quite know what it is though. Maybe I'm not supposed to know. Number six, the refusal to be creative is self will and is counter to our true nature. This one always resonates. Refusing creativity deeply feels like counter nature. Number seven, when we open ourselves to exploring our creativity, we open ourselves to God, good, orderly direction. And then I wrote, opening to creativity feels like putting my belly up to the sky and telling the world, here, come look, it's so soft and squishy. I like that I wrote that. As we open our creative channel to the Creator, many gentle but powerful changes are to be expected. These gentle changes, I wrote, these gentle changes feel incomprehensible, and I'm excited for them, but I don't feel anything yet. Literally the next day, I wrote, I feel the connection of the universe. The day after rereading these principles and then writing the same things, I remember was like almost opposite reactions. It's crazy how much it waves, oscillates. Is that what it means? Yeah. Number nine, it is safe to open ourselves up to greater and greater creativity. I wrote, it doesn't usually feel that safe out in the world, where it really is vital to be that creative to show others it's okay. And then the last one is, our creative dreams and yearning come from a divine source. As we move towards our dreams, we move towards our divinity. I wrote, I don't know what my creative dreams are. I lied, I do. They seem gigantic though, like they can't be attained, but they truly do come from a divine source. I believe that. And then I wrote creative dreams. I don't know if you can see. And then I ended up describing in detail what I want my future house to look like and like the visions I have of it and like the design and the color and the material and the anyways, and then I like went off on the page. This was not even like part of like the book. Like I was just like pouring myself out. Beautiful teapots. Xbox. um. So yeah, these basic principles, and the other important thing I want to cover is the three affirmations. Oh, here, why did I close? I would literally write affirmations like over and over again. Like I was manifesting, not like I was manifesting. And I took some affirmations from week one that I came up with, and I wrote the ones that I liked the most or that I felt had the most power. And I tweaked them, I rewrote them, and then I would alternate like every day which ones I felt like I needed to hear. And so you'd have to take three affirmations and write each 5 times, once a day. So I started phrasing them with the word you, like your instincts are primordial and deep. But then in the week I realized I'm like, wait, I have to write it as I because then it's more powerful. I already am. I wrote, as I create and listen, I will be led. I think that one's from the book. I am moving with intention and poise. I like that word, poise. I came up with that one. Everything I do is a leap of faith into the unknown, so I might as well leap where I want to. I like that one. What else did I write? I just wrote them a bunch throughout the week, and it actually feels like I'm fucking programming my brain in the best way. I wrote, you were born karmically light, and then I edited it. I was born karmically light. And then I just wrote, I am light, I am light, I am light, I am light. Self forgiveness is a lifelong practice. I am eager to practice. Yeah, it was beautiful. This week was beautiful. And I definitely feel like I've expanded, like my soul, or whatever. On to the third week. Peace, love. I will be back.